everyone, it's Jade from Breezes and Birdsongs. Today I'm bringing you a video which is going to be all about how to walk away from a toxic relationship when it's the right time to do that. There comes a time in every toxic relationship where it's time to walk away. The truth is, the longer you stay in a toxic relationship, the more unhealthy it becomes for both parties. I understand more than anyone how hard it is to walk away from something that you invested so much love into. But you also invested so much energy, time, negativity, fear, hate, anger. The truth is that if you are scared to walk away from a relationship that you know is toxic, it means that you're afraid of change. Change is daunting. Even though your situation may be toxic or they might be toxic, maybe you're just afraid to lose him or her. You're used to life with them in it and you can't imagine your life without them. But hear me out. All that doubt that's crawling up your spine and eating away at you, how much better would your life be without that? Whether it be that this person is putting you down, emotionally abusing you, physically abusing you, cheating on you, has cheated on you and you can't forgive him or her. Whatever your situation is, just try and imagine the relief you'd feel if you eliminate that kind of negativity from your life. That heavy weight on your shoulders being lifted. Yes, it is scary to move on and start over. But sometimes you need to realize how much stress you're inviting into your mind, your body, and your soul. A toxic relationship is a rut. I like to think of it like this and really take in what I say here. If your best friend was in your situation, what advice would you give him or her? If someone was emotionally or physically abusing them, what would you tell them to do? If someone was cheating on them or has cheated on them, what would you say to them? I want to talk more in depth about every kind of abuse. I'll start with physical. It's really harsh to say it, but people that choose to stay in a physically abusive relationship when they have the ways and the means to leave it, they don't want to leave it. They're punishing themselves. Hoping that your partner is going to change if you are in a physically abusive relationship is extremely common. A person that can use that amount of force and strength against you and dominate you without you signing some kind of kinky 50 Shades of Grey contract, they don't love you. You don't do that to someone that you love. I almost feel like this is one of the most toughest situations to get out of. If you're a friend trying to help them, you kind of need to see that if they're not leaving when you're giving them every option available to leave, they don't want to be helped. They need to get to that stage where they want to help themselves. Without that, it's a lost cause. As for someone emotionally abusing you, you should really pity them. Just imagine how insecure they must be in their own lives to have to bring you down. And be honest with yourself, do you really want to stay with someone that has the power to do that to you and wants to do that to you? They make you feel unworthy, stupid, not good enough, pathetic, weak, insecure, and broken. As scary as it may be, think of what your life would be like without someone like that constantly making you doubt yourself. How much healthier would you be? These people need to realize that they can't treat people like this anymore. By you staying with this person, you are only giving them more power and validating the weakness inside of you. Have enough respect for yourself to let go of that kind of negativity. Then your life is going to shine again. As for someone cheating on you, this is an incredibly personal one for me. I've only just realised that the saying a leopard will never change its spots is so true. Once a cheater, always a cheater. The fact is, he's only sorry he got caught or she got caught if they're apologising to you. Someone that can have so much disrespect for another person's heart and feelings and time, they are a bad, sick and twisted person. Honestly, they are not worth any more of your time. If they're trying to make you forgive them and they want to move on with you and move forward, that is ultimately your choice to make. But if you choose to take them back, you need to be sure that you can fully forgive. You can't use what they did as ammunition for future fights. You can't dwell on it. You quite literally need to forget that it ever happened if you have any chance of working in the future. Personally, I couldn't do this. Once I found out that my partner had cheated, I took him back because I was petrified of what a life without him would be like. But I drove myself crazy wondering who he was talking to on the phone, where was he, what he was doing, is he checking her out? I started to poison whatever it was that we had left with my paranoia. It was honestly the most unhealthy situation I have ever been in. And it escalated from the cheating to violence and emotional abuse. It destroyed any form of friendship that we could have had in the future. But then ask yourself this, if this is a question that you're trying to deal with right now. Do you really want to be friends with your ex? You're both definitely going to need time before this can be possible. And inevitably, you're both going to move on, and do you really want to have that in your face? Even if you Facebook stalk or try and find out from friends or family how they are or what they're doing, this is only going to hurt you further, so why do it? This is when you need to take a really deep breath and cut those ties. Don't snap and bitch and fight and show them how hurt you are. You physically and mentally need to remove yourself from that situation. Send them one last message if you want to, thanking them for all the amazing memories that you've shared, because if you're in a relationship, chances are you do have at least a handful of incredible moments that you're going to remember forever, and one day hopefully you can look back on them with fondness when the anger and the pain and the hurt has disappeared. But then in the same message, tell them goodbye, it's over, and don't wait for them to respond to you. Block them, delete their number, delete their email address, get rid of any form of contact information that you would be able to get your hands on if you end up having a lonely day where you're feeling weak and you want to chat to them. You can't do that. If, like me, you were living together, this is an even harder situation to get out of. So much would be up in the air. Where do you go? What do you do? But stop worrying so much about the future. Even if you need to move back in with your parents for a while until you find your feet. Even if the situation isn't ideal, you need to get out of your current one, so bite the bullet and do it. Moving back in with my parents recently was one of the hardest decisions I had to make. I'd left home and returning kind of felt like I was failing in life. My parents were also alcoholics, and there are many other little things that made me really hesitant. But I did it because I had to. I sucked it up and I reminded myself that this was just going to be temporary until I figure out what to do with my life. And that can be different amounts of time for everyone. You could figure out what you want to do next the next day. Or like me, it's been just over a week and a half, 2 weeks. I have no idea what I'm going to do, where I'm going to go. But I know this is just a temporary situation and it's going to get better. Your life will improve. At the end of the day, you need to realise that you do deserve better than this. No one deserves to be treated the way that you are being treated right now, even if you've done wrong in your past. That's not how it works. At the end of the day, only you have the power to walk away. Help yourself, heal, be alone for a while, even if it's lonely. You need it. Discover yourself again, learn to love your own company and love yourself. Surround yourself with people that love you, friends and family, people that bring out the best in you. Bring out the best in yourself. Yes, you are going to have shit days when you feel lonely. But rather have those few shitty days and the other days where you feel liberated and free than stay in this toxic relationship that is only going to give you bad day after bad day after bad day. I'm in my mid-20s and I really thought that I was with my forever person. Having to start all over again is exhausting and it's crushing. Having to go on first dates and get to know someone and tell them my story, and it's not something that you really want to do again, especially when you've invested your life and you really think that this is going to be it for you. But you need to do it. The amount of time that I wasted in such an unhappy situation, my time and his, it's heartbreaking. We never know how much time we have left in this world. Make the most of it. Stop worrying about the future. Don't worry if your biological clock is ticking or whatever is concerning you. Let it go. Don't be sad when you scroll through your Facebook newsfeed and you realise that all your friends are either popping out babies or popping questions or getting married, and that's their journey. This is yours. Make the most of it. I hope what I just said gave you some sort of inspiration or clarity of some sort. If it helped you at all, let me know in the comments down below. If you'd like to send me a private email and just chat or let something off your chest. My email is linked in my contact information, so you're more than welcome to. I'm always happy to hear from you. Also, if you're into books, please go and check out my second channel, Boho Bookworm, where I review and discuss books. There is a book that I will be talking about very shortly called It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, which is about an abusive relationship. Have a good day everyone, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.